Julius Caesar, a name that resonates through the annals of history, was more than just a military general. He was a transformative figure whose life and actions reshaped the very fabric of Rome and influenced the course of Western civilization. Born on July the 12th or 13th, 100 BCE, into the patrician family of the Julii, Caesar's early life was marked by both privilege and political turmoil. His family was not among the wealthiest of the patricians, but they were well connected, and it was this network that would serve him well as he navigated the treacherous waters of Roman politics. Caesar's early education was rigorous, steeped in the traditions of rhetoric and philosophy, which would later serve him in his political career. After the death of his father when he was just 16, Caesar was thrust into the role of head of the family, a position that would require him to maneuver through the complexities of Roman society. He began his political career as a military officer, serving in Asia and Cilicia, where he gained valuable experience that would later prove crucial in his rise to power. In 81 BCE, Caesar returned to Rome and began to climb the political ladder, first as a quaestor and later as an aedile. His early political maneuvers were characterized by a keen understanding of public sentiment. He organized lavish games and public spectacles, winning the favor of the populace. However, it was his alliance with powerful figures such as Pompey and Crassus that would catapult him into the upper echelons of Roman politics. This alliance, known as the First Triumvirate, was a political marriage of convenience, allowing the three men to consolidate their power and pursue their individual ambitions. The Triumvirate enabled Caesar to secure the governorship of Gaul, a region that would become the backdrop for some of his most significant military achievements. From 58 to 50 BCE, Caesar embarked on a series of campaigns in Gaul, known collectively as the Gallic Wars. These campaigns were not only a testament to his military genius, but also a demonstration of his ability to inspire loyalty among his troops. Caesar's legions, composed of Roman citizens and local tribes, achieved remarkable victories against formidable opponents such as the Helvetii, the Belgae, and the Nervii. One of the most notable aspects of Caesar's military campaigns was his ability to adapt to changing circumstances. He often employed innovative tactics, such as the use of fortifications and strategic retreats, which allowed him to outmaneuver larger forces. His Commentarii de Bello Gallico, a first-hand account of the Gallic Wars, serves as both a military manual and a piece of propaganda, showcasing his prowess while painting a vivid picture of the tribes he encountered. Through his writings, Caesar not only documented his campaigns, but also crafted an image of himself as a heroic leader, a narrative that would resonate throughout Rome. The success of the Gallic Wars significantly enhanced Caesar's reputation and wealth, but it also sowed the seeds of conflict with Pompey, who had grown increasingly wary of Caesar's rising influence. The political landscape of Rome was shifting, and the delicate balance of power that had existed within the Triumvirate began to unravel. Tensions escalated, leading to a series of confrontations that would culminate in a civil war. In 49 BCE, Caesar made the fateful decision to cross the Rubicon River, a boundary that signified the point of no return. By doing so, he effectively declared war on the Roman Senate and Pompey. The phrase "crossing the Rubicon" has since become synonymous with making an irrevocable decision. Caesar's bold move was met with resistance, but his military acumen and the loyalty of his legions allowed him to swiftly defeat Pompey's forces. The subsequent chase across the Mediterranean culminated in Pompey's defeat at the Battle of Pharsalus in 48 BCE, where Caesar's tactical brilliance shone through once again. With Pompey dead and his political rivals eliminated, Caesar returned to Rome as the undisputed leader. However, his rise to power was not without controversy. He initiated a series of political reforms aimed at addressing the social and economic inequalities that plagued Rome. He enacted laws to alleviate debt, redistributed land to veterans, and expanded the Senate, incorporating members from the provinces to reflect the diversity of the Roman Empire. These reforms garnered both support and resentment, as traditionalists viewed them as a threat to the Republic's foundations. Caesar's consolidation of power was further exemplified by his appointment as Dictator Perpetuo, or Dictator for Life, in 44 BCE. This title, though intended to stabilize governance, alarmed many who feared that Caesar was on the path to absolute monarchy. His reforms and centralization of power alienated key figures within the Senate, who viewed him as a tyrant rather than a savior of the Republic. The political climate became increasingly volatile, with factions forming around supporters and opponents of Caesar. The assassination of Julius Caesar on the Ides of March 44 BCE was the culmination of this political tension. A group of senators, led by Gaius Cassius Longinus and Marcus Junius Brutus, conspired to eliminate Caesar, believing that his death would restore the Republic and its traditional values. On that fateful day, as Caesar entered the Senate, he was surrounded by the conspirators. Despite warnings from soothsayers and friends, he remained resolute, embodying the very confidence that had propelled him to greatness. The assassination was brutal and shocking, with Caesar reportedly uttering the famous words, "Et tu, Brute," upon seeing Brutus among his attackers. The murder sent shockwaves through Rome and beyond. Rather than restoring the Republic, it plunged the city into chaos. The power vacuum left by Caesar's death ignited a struggle for control, leading to a series of civil wars that ultimately ended with the rise of his grandnephew and adopted heir Octavian, who would become Augustus and establish the Roman Empire. Caesar's legacy extends far beyond the immediate aftermath of his assassination. His life and actions laid the groundwork for the transition from the Roman Republic to the Roman Empire. The political reforms he enacted, while controversial, addressed many of the systemic issues that plagued Rome and paved the way for future leaders. His military campaigns not only expanded Rome's territory, but also solidified its status as a dominant power in the ancient world. In the broader context of history, Caesar's impact is undeniable. He transformed the Roman political landscape, challenged traditional power structures, and set a precedent for future leaders who would seek to balance military might with political authority. His writings remain a crucial source for understanding Roman military strategy and governance, influencing countless generations of leaders and thinkers. The story of Julius Caesar is not merely one of ambition and power. It is a tale of a man who understood the complexities of human nature and the intricacies of political life. His ability to inspire loyalty, his military genius, and his vision for a more equitable Rome mark him as one of history's most significant figures. The echoes of his life and death continue to resonate, reminding us of the delicate balance between power and responsibility, and the enduring struggle for justice in the face of tyranny.